in the rain-slicked town of Oregon, 1985. Emily Carter trudged home from her new job at the local library. The streets were narrow, lined with century-old houses, their paint peeling like bark from a dying tree. Mist hung thick in the air, clinging to her hair and coat, and the distant hum of a train echoed like a phantom through the empty streets. Every shadow seemed to twitch unnaturally, and Emily felt as though unseen eyes were following her. The town itself felt alive, aware of her presence, silent yet insistent. As she passed a narrow alley, a tall elderly man emerged from the fog. He was a stranger, yet his eyes deep, intense, and almost painfully familiar seemed to pierce through her very soul. He said nothing, merely watched her for a heartbeat that stretched too long, then vanished into the mist. Emily shivered, the sense of recognition curling through her mind like a ghostly whisper. Her new rental house loomed ahead, a tall wooden structure, sagging with age. Paint peeled from the siding, and the shutters rattled in the wind. As she entered, the smell of damp wood and old varnish enveloped her. Oddities greeted her immediately: crooked paintings, furniture slightly out of place, shadows that lingered unnaturally. That night, the house whispered, floorboards creaked. The attic thumped, as if someone paced above, and a draft carried faint murmurs from rooms she had never seen. Sleep was uneasy, invaded by fragmented dreams, a grand house in another era. A woman in flowing garments, a man whose face was achingly familiar, and feelings she could not place. The next morning Emily encountered Samuel again, calm/authoritative, yet uncomfortably warm. He said, "This house is not safe for someone alone. I can help you stay here, and protect you." His gaze was unflinching. She hesitated, but something deep within compelled her to trust him. She agreed, unaware that their destinies were intertwined across lifetimes. Samuel revealed the house's history. It had stood for more than a century and had witnessed countless mysteries, disappearances, objects shifting inexplicably, sounds with no source. Emily listened, curiosity clashing with skepticism, yet every story stirred something deep within her. It felt as if she herself had walked these halls before, lived these moments in another time. The first night alone, Emily discovered a hidden door beneath the stairs. Behind it lay a spiral staircase descending into the basement. There, she found a large, dust-covered trunk containing a yellowed diary, a delicate necklace, and a small, worn doll. As she opened the diary, visions flooded her mind: a grand house in another era, a woman named Clara moving through it, a man named James, whose presence was immediate, palpable, and overwhelmingly familiar. She could feel their joys, sorrows, and intimate moments as if they were her own memories, her body carrying echoes of a life she never lived. Days merged into nights as Emily explored every corner. Hidden rooms appeared, old letters and photographs surfaced, and she began recognizing faces in hallways from her dreams. The diary chronicled James's life: secret smiles, whispered arguments, fleeting touches, and small choices that altered the course of many lives. Emily felt drawn to him, sensing his presence even in his absence. Samuel watched silently, offering subtle guidance. "Some souls remember what they once lived," he explained. "This house, it preserves those memories. You are carrying echoes." The visions intensified. Emily saw entire events unfold: candlelit dinners, stolen glances, whispered secrets, betrayals, and reconciliations. Every sight and sound, every texture, became tangible. She began to experience emotions from the past: pain, love, longing, and regret, as if she were reliving them in the present. At night, dreams brought hidden corridors, lost letters, and music that seemed to exist only in memory. One stormy evening, Emily discovered a narrow passage behind the basement shelves. It led to a small chamber, forgotten and dusty, containing objects left decades ago. Letters, trinkets, toys, and a music box that played a haunting melody. Each item triggered vivid memories. Clara's laughter, James's whispered promises, acts of love and courage, tragedies long buried. Emily realized the chamber was a repository for intertwined lives, waiting for her to awaken the memories. Within the chamber, a small box contained the delicate necklace and a folded note. True remembrance transcends time. I am waiting for you. She placed the necklace around her neck. Immediately, memories surged in an unbroken flood. The house in its former glory. Voices of those long gone, laughter and grief, fleeting touches, love lost and found. The past and present merged into one living continuum. Turning to Samuel, she found him gone. Panic rose as she ran through the halls, walls alive with whispers of memory. In the main hall, a massive oil portrait captured her attention. The face staring back was her own. Beside it, a faint image of Clara. Emily understood. The portrait had waited for her, capturing the convergence of lifetimes. A shadow fell across the floor. Emily turned. James stood before her. The truth hit with staggering force. James was Samuel. The man who guided and protected her was James reincarnated, patiently waiting across lifetimes to reunite their souls. The house had been the anchor, the vessel where past and present collided. Emily's understanding blossomed. The diary, the necklace, the visions, all led her here. Time had folded upon itself. Past and present were inseparable. The love she had thought lost for centuries had returned. Emily and James stood together, wind-rattling windows, walls echoing memories of centuries. Every heartbeat, every breath, every whisper confirmed their reunion. But the story did not end. Over the following weeks, Emily discovered new layers. The diary hinted at another figure, a woman named Margaret, Clara's long-lost sister, whose life had been mysteriously erased. Objects in the hidden chamber revealed secrets of other townsfolk, past betrayals, and events that had shaped the town for decades. Ghostly encounters, fleeting figures in hallways, and letters signed in unseen hands suggested that the house held many souls waiting, remembering, sometimes warning. Emily explored these new mysteries obsessively. She found letters describing James's sacrifices to protect Clara, Margaret's pleas for forgiveness, and cryptic notes hinting at unfinished business. The house itself seemed alive, responding to her emotions. Shadows moved deliberately. Sounds followed her footsteps. The wind whispered fragments of forgotten conversations. She realized the house was not merely a home, but a living archive of memory, a crossroads for those who could remember. Then came the night of revelation. Following a trail of letters, Emily unearthed a concealed attic filled with objects spanning centuries. A faded dress, a child's drawing, a cracked mirror, and a ledger of names, some familiar, some unknown. As she touched each object, memories cascaded. Love, loss, vengeance, courage, grief. She's life intertwined with hers. She understood that she and James were not alone. Their souls had been part of a continuum, a long chain of intertwined existences, some waiting, some guiding, some lost. Finally, Emily and James stood together in the main hall. The house, alive with whispers, shadows, and memories. Every corridor, every object, every subtle creak spoke of lives long gone, yet never forgotten. They understood that they had been chosen to awaken these memories, to reconcile the past, and to continue the chain. In that moment, love, memory, and destiny converged. The storm outside raged, echoing the intensity within. Past and present, life and death, all became one. Emily felt a profound clarity. Some truths endure beyond mortality, waiting for those willing to remember. The house had been patient, guarding its secrets until the right souls arrived. And now, with James by her side, she knew that the story had only begun. Time had folded, but their journey would continue through memories, through lives, through eternity. Outside, the rain fell steadily. The town seemed unchanged, quiet, misty, and mysterious. But within the house, a living archive of souls. Emily and James began a new chapter, bridging centuries, connecting lives, and discovering that some loves are eternal, surviving every death, every lifetime, until they are finally remembered.